Let's come up onto our hands and knees. Those watching the recording later will just have to do without that little sequence there. So let your hands open way up. Feel the whole palms grabbing the floor. Bring your shoulders above your wrists and your hips above your knees. Reach back and press into the ball of your left foot. Feel your heel moving out away from your tailbone. With an inhale, pick that foot up and reach straight back. Imagine you're going to make a footprint on the wall. With your next inhale, reach your right hand forward, thumb up, fingertips reaching for the opposite wall. If you want to go further, you can bend that raised leg, reach that hand back and see if you can grab maybe your foot or your ankle or your pant leg. If you connect, kick into your hand and look forward, opening the midline and the shoulder and stretching those quads. Release the bind if you've got it. Slowly let your knee and your hand come down. Reach back and press into the ball of your right foot. Take a couple breaths, let the leg lengthen out. With your next inhale, pick your foot up and reach straight back. With the next inhale, reach your left arm forward. If you want, bend your leg, reach back, see about that bind. No shame if you can't get the bind. This took me a while. I used to just flail around saying, I know I have a foot somewhere, but I can't seem to connect with it. Release any bind. Let your knee and hand down. Now let's start to make our way up to standing. Step your left foot up between your hands. It's okay if it takes more than one step. Step your right foot up to meet it. If you have blocks, having blocks under your hands to ease that transition. Hang out in forward fold, swaying back and forth, head and arms hanging heavy. Or if you like, you might grab your elbows and hang that way. Or interlace your fingers at the base of your skull and let your arms give you some neck traction. Bend and straighten your legs to whatever degree your legs seem to want. Slowly nod your head yes. And shake your head no. Inhale, lift up halfway, press your hands to the front of your leg and push against your legs. Feel the crown of your head reach forward away from your tailbone, your back roughly parallel to the floor. With an exhale, relax down. Inhale, roll up to standing. Bring your arms overhead, let your hands come together. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Center myself on the screen. Let your hands hang at your sides. Lift your left shoulder up toward your ear. Slide it back and let it down. And your right shoulder up, back, and down. Inhale, reach out toward the wall. As you exhale, cross your arms and either hug your shoulder blades or come to eagle arms. If you take eagle, reach your elbows and your hands up and out, opening the space between your shoulder blades. Inhale, spread your wings. As you exhale, cross the other way. Opening the back of the heart space. We think of heart opening as something that happens on the front. The heart space has sides and a back as well. Inhale, open. Exhale, release your arms down. Inhale, out and up. Interlace your fingers, put your palms up, and look up at your hands. Lift up your heart. There's some more opening for the front of the heart. Inhale, come upright. Now for the sides of the heart space. Exhale, bend to the left and feel for length through both arms. So we're opening up here. Try not to let that right shoulder curl forward past your ear and go like that. On an inhale, come upright. And as you exhale, bend to the right. Inhale to come upright. And exhale, let your arms come out and down. Bring your hands to your heart and step your left foot forward. We're going to come to a high lunge. So the left foot in the front, knee bent. Come up on the ball of your right foot. And I want all 10 of your toes pointing in the same direction. I'll turn this way so you can see what I'm talking about. So we're going to rock in our hips by coming forward, and I want this knee to move this way like the other knee's moving. If your foot is turned, your knee's going to go sideways. That is unstable and dangerous. So if this is too much, this high lunge, what you can do instead is drop the back knee and maybe uncurl the back toes. And then you're doing a lower lunge like this. You can do the same motion in the hips. So exhale, sink forward. Inhale, glide up. And if you're steady enough to add this in, you can bring your arms up overhead. Exhale, bring them down to cactus or parallel to the floor. Inhale, glide up. Exhale, down. Inhale up. Let's do 3 more. Exhale. Inhale. The movement can be as big or small as you want. And then let's twist from the top of the movement. Reach your left hand forward, reach your right hand back. So if you're on a mat, your arms should run parallel to the mat. Come back to center. And then twist to the left. Right hand forward, left hand back. Come back to center. Bring your hands to your heart. Big push off the back foot, step forward. Maybe it's more than one step. And step your left foot back. Find high lunge the opposite way. Find steadiness in your feet and your legs before we start to rock forward and back or raise the arms. When you're steady, bring your arms up. Exhale, sink forward. Inhale, glide up. 5 more. Breath and movement, flowing smoothly and continuously. And twist to the left. Yes, I almost fell. That happens sometimes. Come back to center and twist to the right. If you fall, you're human. If you get up, you're a yogi. Everybody falls. Maybe by the time class is over, I'll fall at some point. It's okay. Come back to center. Bring your hands to your heart. Take that big step forward. Take a sip of your water whenever you like. I'm taking one now. If you don't have water handy, I recommend always having water handy. Pardon the funny noise that bottle makes. That was not me blowing you a kiss. It was my water bottle. From the top of your mat, if you're on a mat, top of your space, inhale out and up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. Plant your hands and step your right foot back. Runner's lunge. We won't run, not a runner. Lean your weight into your right hand. Inhale, reach your left arm forward, sweep it up, reach it back. Exhale, reach up, reach forward, come down. So it's roughly 3/4 of a circle. Let's do it 2 more times. Inhale, reach forward, up, back. Exhale, up, forward, down. Nice and smooth. Let the breath keep flowing. Breath helping the movement, movement helping the breath. Good. And let's step from our runner's lunge to down dog. Step your left foot back, and boom, you're in down dog. It's the first dog, so we need a walk. Walk your dog. Pedal your feet up and down. Allow your heels to move closer and closer to the floor. If your heels don't touch the floor, don't get hung up on it. Just think closer. The destination, not the journey. No, I said that wrong. The journey, not the destination. Oh dear. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, down. Inhale, all the way up, hands overhead. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. And we'll repeat all that for the other side now. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, come down. Plant your hands and step your right foot back. No, your left foot back. I'm fine. It's one of those days, I guess. Haven't taught a noon class in several months. Lean into your left hand. Inhale, reach your right arm forward. Sweep it up. Sweep back. Exhale, up, forward, down. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And step your right foot back to meet your left. Down dog again. Let's have 3 of those big cleansing breaths in our down dog. Inhale to bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or hop forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, come down. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, straight up through center. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, come down. Plant your hands, step back to our first plank. We'll spend a few breaths in the first one, like we spend a few breaths in the first down dog. Let your hips come down in line with your shoulders and heels. If you need to make a shorter plank, that's fine. You can let your knees down, and then your hips are in line with the shoulders and knees. On the first one, let's go all the way down. Exhale, lower as slowly as you can. Keep your elbows in close to your body and come all the way down. Let your belly down, let your knees down, let your chin down, and uncurl your toes. Press into your hands. Inhale, lift your head and chest. Find the heart opener that works for you each time. So it might be a low cobra. Cobra is anything in this range with the knees still on the floor. When you feel open and your low back is ready for it, then lift your knees, upward dog. Just always listen to your low back. They're all heart openers. They're all good. With an exhale, rock back and up to down dog. Pass through table if you like, keeping the knees down. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or hop forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, come down. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale up through center. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, fold down. Raise your hands, step back to plank. This time on the exhale, let's lower halfway, elbows in close still. Drop your knees if you need to. Inhale, bring your heart forward, cobra or up dog. Exhale, back and up to down dog. Inhale, raise your right leg high. Bend your knee, pardon me, and stack your hips. Here you could either flex your foot and circle your knee a couple times in each direction, or if it's in your practice, you can flip your dog. Lift your hips towards the sky. If you flip, gently flip back. Square your hip down. Exhale, draw your knee towards your right elbow and take a breath. Inhale, reach that leg up. Exhale, draw your knee towards your left elbow and take a breath. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, let your leg down. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or hop forward. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, come down. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Grab a sip of water anytime. And this is where I switch ends of the mat because I'm close to the wall. And if I try to flip my dog, I'm going to crash into the wall. You got to face the other way to do the other side. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale halfway up. Exhale down. Plant your hands, step back to your plank. Now, if your arms are tired, you might go right from plank to down dog. Skip the chaturanga dandasana. Otherwise, when you're ready, exhale, come down halfway. Inhale, bring your heart forward. Exhale, back and up. Inhaling, lift your left leg. Bend your knee, peel the left hip up above the right. Either flex your foot and circle your knee or flip your dog. If you flip, nice and smoothly flip back. Square your hip down. Exhaling, draw your knee towards your left elbow. Take a breath there. Inhale, reach your leg up high. Exhale, draw your knee towards your right elbow and take a breath. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower your leg and lower your knee. Take a little break. Bring your big toes to touch. Widen your knees if you like. Sit back and find your way to child's pose. Arms reaching forward, head coming down. If your head doesn't make it to the floor, you could stack your hands and make a little pillow for your forehead. If it bothers your arms or shoulders to reach forward, you could reach back by your feet instead. Your child's pose can be as active or passive as you want. Some folks like to rock their head back and forth and massage their forehead on the mat. It bothers my neck. I don't do it, but a lot of people really enjoy that. My neck has been surgically modified, cleaning up an injury. Had a disc removed to 2 vertebrae fused together. I don't know if that's why I don't like that movement or not, but my neck is not what it used to be. Thank goodness for yoga. Inhale, bring yourself forward and up. Take your time coming out of your child's pose. Make your way up to table. And from table, when you're ready, make your way to down dog. And walk your hands back to your feet. Coming to forward fold at the other end. Inhale halfway up. Exhale down. With soft knees and arms hanging heavy like ropes, let your arms start to swing front to back. Like dead weight. Let the weight of your arms build momentum. Let the swinging grow bigger. And you've got a fuller swing going and you're ready. Swing your arms up overhead, sit back to chair. So think of releasing down into the earth, energy flowing down into the earth. Releasing in the front of the hips, the backs of the knees, the fronts of the ankles. Spine nice and long, hands reaching up, but shoulders relaxed down a little away from the ears. Not looking to create excess tension in the neck and shoulders. Inhale, slowly stand. Exhale, let your arms down. It's also known as intense pose. I learned a great trick to make it easier. I'm all about tuning into your body and finding ease in your practice, ease in your body. So a teacher taught me this release for chair pose. And she says that chair pose begins in your hip socket. So with your thumb, find your hip sockets. They're right here. They're on either side of your pubic bone. And when you press your thumbs there, you can feel the hip socket release. And so it's like your butt goes back. So you can sort of trigger the release in the joint. So we're going to chair pose with the lower body first and then bring the arms in. So go ahead. It's kind of like taking a parking brake off your car. Press into the hip sockets. And the hips release, let the knees release, let the ankles release. And maybe you're a little lower than you were before. And then you can bring your arms up overhead. Now I've got my feet apart. A lot of people teach this or practice this with the feet right together. That just doesn't work well for my body. You're welcome to have your feet close together. When I do this, it's not as easeful. It makes my lower back uncomfortable. I don't know what that's about, but that's how it is for me. My body says, I want some space between the feet. Keep breathing. Good. Inhale. Slowly stand up. Exhale. Let your arms come down. Good. Let's play with standing on one leg at a time. Maybe. We'll see how we do. We'll play with balancing. We'll put it that way. Maybe we'll stand on one leg. Results may vary. Bring your hands to your heart. If you know that balancing is challenging for you and you want to step over next to the wall or have a chair or whatever furniture you got around, a desk to grab onto, don't use a chair on wheels. Sometimes it's nice to have that support, have that option of something to grab. With your hands at your heart, shift your weight from one leg to the other with your feet on the floor. Let the weight come into your left leg. Let that knee stay soft and bouncy. Lift your right knee up. Maybe your thigh comes parallel to the floor. It's okay if it doesn't. And think of opening a gate. Bring your knee out to the side. Open the hip. And then you're going to bring your foot to your leg. So maybe it's like this, like a kickstand. Toes on the ground, heel on the ankle. That's one way to do tree pose. You might have the sole of your foot on your calf. Two shapes that often fit nicely together. The other option is to bring your foot onto your thigh. You just don't ever want to press sideways on your knee. Sometimes we get hung up on being on the thigh, and we can't quite get there. We press sideways on the knee. Your knee really doesn't want to go that way. It's better to stay on your thigh. And your hands can stay here. This can be nicely centering, pressing your hands together into your sternum. Make sure you're breathing because all the trees need air. And if you want, you can grow the branches of your tree wherever you want. And maybe your tree is still, or maybe it's a windy day in your forest. If you close your eyes, the wind picks up. Excellent. If your hands are elsewhere, bring them back to your heart. Pivot your knee forward. Let your foot down. Shake the leg you were standing on. And anything else that needs to shake. I like to kind of shake everything between sides. I shake my face, shake my head. And when you're ready, you bring your hands back to your heart. And let's reset ourselves. Shift back and forth again. Grounding your feet and resetting your hips. When you're ready, it's okay to get ahead of me. Drop the weight into your right leg. Raise your left knee. Open the gate. And let your foot find its home against the opposite leg. Do what you want with your arms. Maybe it's a different shape. I'm in the habit of doing this bind. I fold my arms behind my back because it feels good in my back. You might find your hands overhead. Different options. Sometimes people will do these or these or this. I had a student that did this. This is another thing. My bothers my neck, but she loved it. And you can put your foot down and pick it up anytime. Bring your hands to your heart if they're doing something else. Bring your knee forward and let your foot down and shake it out. Shake as needed, drink as needed. Pardon me, one moment. Something popping up on my screen that makes it so that I can't see you. Go away. I don't even know what that was. All right, let's play with another balance. I'm going to play with Warrior 3. Again, you're welcome to be over near the wall and have a wall to grab onto. Bring your hands to your heart. I like to come into Warrior 3 from a lunge. Step your right foot forward and left foot back. So think of the crescent lunge we did earlier. You come up on the back, the ball of the back foot. And we're going to use that back leg to spring up. And we're going to float towards being parallel to the floor. So push off the back foot. Let your body tip forward. I never know how many bounces it's going to take. And think of reaching back to make a footprint on the wall like we did when we're on our hands and knees. So this right knee stays soft and bouncy. The left foot keeps reaching back. And you can put it down and pick it up again anytime. If you have blocks, you can stand blocks up to put your hands on like this. That can be nice. And maybe use one or both or use them a little or a lot. Pressing your hands to your sternum and pressing your hands together can be nicely steadying. Drawing energy to the midline. And if you feel real steady and you want to explore, you could reach your hands out to your hips or out to the sides or out in front of you. Some folks even like to bring their hands to their shin and let their arms steady them that way. With an exhale, lower your leg. Inhale, slowly stand and shake it out. And when you're ready, come into your opposite lunge. Hands at your heart. Right foot back, left foot forward. And when you're ready, start to push off the back foot, to float forward and up. Think of making a footprint on the wall. I never said gracefully, did I? I never do unless it's in quotes like that. It's about the feeling. So I'm opening up the front of my right hip socket here. And of course, I'm strengthening my left leg. I'm strengthening my core anytime I'm balancing. If it seems hard, imagine talking while you do it. It's one of those lame yoga teacher jokes. Such a gift to us when we make time to go and take a class someone else is teaching, because then we don't have to say anything. Exploring whatever arm expressions you want. Exhale, lower your leg. Inhale, stand. Shake again. And come down and have a seat. That was a lot of work in the legs. Great job. Extend your legs out in front of you. Flex your feet back towards you. And let your arms help your legs to open to whatever degree feels okay to you and your body today. Let your arms help your legs. Bend the right leg and bring that foot over by the left thigh. And pivot your torso towards your left foot. Flex your left foot back towards you. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold down over that leg. And we'll spend a few breaths here. You can use the breath to deepen the fold. When you inhale, think of the crown of your head reaching forward. When you exhale, think of lowering towards your legs. Maybe they're just thoughts, maybe you see and feel the movement. Sometimes the thought can bring a sensation of release in the lower back, even if there isn't movement that you can tell. And then we're going to bring in an arm extension. This really helps undo tension in the middle of the lower back, compression that we get from sitting a lot. Nice and slowly bring your right hand in towards your body, reach it out to the side, reach it up overhead and arch it towards your left foot. And you probably feel that right above your sacrum, generally where it registers. Most of us are sitting a lot these days, so this is a great thing to do every day. And take your time, just rewind your arm back through the same path, reach way out, and then bring it in and bring it back over by your other hand, and walk your hands up the front of your leg. Let your arms help extend the right leg, and then the left one, bring the foot over. Pivot your torso, flex your right foot, inhale to reach up, and exhale to fold down. Spend a few breaths exploring the fold and maybe deepening it, lengthening forward when you inhale, lowering when you exhale, or at least thinking about it. Take your time to bring your left hand in to center, out to the side, up overhead, and arch towards the right foot. Oh, sometimes there's even a couple cracks in the back. I don't usually get that in this position, but it just did today. I don't know if my earpiece picked that up or not. I feel like I should explain when I get these funny noises in case you did hear them. No, that wasn't your computer. That was Leo's lumbar vertebrae. Rewind your arm. Bring your hand back by the other hand. Walk your hands up your leg. Let your arms help extend the left leg. Let your arms help some more. Bring the soles of your feet together with your heels way far out away from your pelvis. So there's a big long like diamond shape here. Now if there's room to for you, reach your hands under your ankles and grab the floor. If that doesn't work for you, you can reach over your ankles and grab the floor. That's fine too. Either way, what we're going to do is grab the floor and walk our hands forward. Your arms are going to traction you down into this petal fold. And make sure to let your neck relax. Let your head drift down towards the floor. Breathe into your low back. Think of breathing into the sacral area. Sacrum or the space above your sacrum. In any fold, you can explore that breath dynamic of lengthening on the inhale and lowering on the exhale. And in some folds, you notice the changes more. This one, I don't get a lot more movement when I do that. I get a little more release. Slowly start to scoot your hands back, press up to a seat again. Now keep your feet together, but now bring them in real close. Bring your heels in as close to you as you can. Interlace your fingers and wrap your hands over the tops of your toes. And then wriggle on your butt. Bring the bones in your seat closer to the ground, tilting your pelvis forward. Inhale, lengthen up through the crown of your head. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward with a long spine. Turn myself 90 degrees. When the long spine has stopped coming down, then let your neck relax and let your head bow. And you can think of breathing into your hips. And often in this position, folks like to press their forearms or their elbows against the inside of the legs and nudge the hips open, nudge the knees down and out. Do that if you like. You can think of lengthening as you breathe in and think of lowering as you breathe out. With an inhale, slowly sit yourself up. Let your arms help your legs lift your knees up so the soles of your feet are on the mat. Bring your hands behind you, scoot your butt towards your heels, lower onto your forearms and onto your back. Setting us up for bridge pose. Scoot your heels in as close to your butt as you can. Press into the soles of your feet. Inhale, press your hips towards the ceiling to come to bridge. Make sure your neck's relaxed. If you want to go further here, you could wiggle your shoulder blades towards each other under you. Clasp your hands and reach your knuckles towards your heels. If you want. Keep breathing. If you're clasping your hands, unclasp them. With an exhale, slowly come on down. And explore bridge on your own for a minute. Inhale to go up and exhale to go down. Find your own challenges. You can make it more challenging by going higher or going slower, or spending extra breaths at the top. If you want, you can repeat wiggling your shoulder blades in and clasping your hands and exploring that. And if you need extra breaths at the bottom of the movement, take those extra breaths there. Let your next exhale down be the last one, and just pause a couple of breaths after you have landed. And let's make a twist here at the end, an energizing twist. So cross your right ankle above your left knee, make a figure 4 shape with your leg. Reach your arms out to the side. Feel your shoulder blades press to the floor. And let's keep the shoulder blades on the floor. Let your legs fall to the left and let your head turn to the right. And don't worry about how far your legs go. As long as your shoulders stay grounded, your legs will go where they need to go. And just breathe in your twist. Let your breath wring you out. And slowly bring your head and your legs back up to center. Now bring your hands to your left thigh. See if you can keep your sacrum and your shoulder blades and the back of your head on the floor and draw your left knee towards you. It won't move a lot. A little more exploration in the hips. Move your right hand over to the inside of your right knee and nudge your right knee out away from you, continuing to draw your left knee towards you with your left arm. Sacrum, shoulder blades, and head remaining on the floor. Allow your arms to relax, Let your left foot down. Let your right foot down and cross your left ankle above your right knee. Reach your arms out to the sides again. Let your legs fall to the right and turn your head to the left. Couple more breaths in this twist. And softly bring it all back to center. Bring your hands to your right thigh. Bring your right knee in. Stay grounded. Breathe into your hips. Bring your left hand to the inside of your left knee. Nudge the left knee out, drawing the right knee in. Let your arms relax. Let your right foot down. Uncross your legs. Draw your knees towards your chest. Hug your knees and rock and roll on your back. Massage your sacrum against the ground. And reach your feet towards the ceiling. Reach your hands up, grab your legs or your feet, however you like. Play with bending and straightening your arms and legs in happy baby pose. If there is some other inversion you would rather do, feel free to do it. Lots of fun and interesting ways to bring your feet and legs higher than your heart. Happy baby being maybe the most common because it's the simplest and most accessible. Letting your legs and feet train, exploring movement in whatever fashion suits you. When you feel complete with happy baby or whatever inversion you've chosen, you can make your way to Shavasana or the resting pose of your choice. So Shavasana, we use the word two ways. One is to mean corpse pose, which is this: legs extended, feet splayed open, hands resting by the hips, palms up or a pinky edge of the hand on the floor. And we also use Shavasana to refer to this phase of practice where we rest in stillness to absorb the benefits of our work, to integrate the practice. And it's more important to be comfortable than it is to be in corpse pose. So if corpse pose isn't comfortable, make yourself comfortable. You might do that by planting the soles of your feet, letting your knees lean towards each other to take pressure off your low back. Perhaps bringing the soles of your feet together, letting your knees splay open. Or even scooting over next to a wall or piece of furniture and resting your legs up on the wall, continuing to invert. You might come back to an intention you'd set for yourself to reflect upon how that worked in practice, how you might carry that intention into the rest of your day, taking your yoga off the mat. You might just focus on your breath, or even just let your mind drift. And I'll share a little thought that you might reflect on, and you're welcome to tune me out if you'd rather focus on something else. today, try this. If you feel sad or afraid or feel a tension in your body, just for a moment, stop trying to let go. Forget about raising your vibration too. Instead, simply be with the discomfort. Get curious about it. Soften around it. Breathe into it. Give it space, room, some time. Forget about understanding, releasing, or fixing it today, and just allow it to be here for as long as it needs to be here. Let it stay if it wants to stay. Let it go if it wants to go. Let it come back if it wants to come back. Treat it like a welcome guest in the vast rest home of your being, a beloved child that truly belongs. Start to find some deeper breaths. Invite small movements to return to your body. Any movements your body seems to want. Gradually allow the movements to grow bigger and bigger. There is no rush. Moving mindfully and gently. When and if you're ready for some bigger movement, take your time to sit yourself up, if you like. And if you like, bring your hands up by your heart, either palms together or hands just resting on your heart. Thank you for gathering today to share this practice. The light within me sees, honors, and bows to that same light in each of you. Namaste.